Hello, hello, health coaches. It's Carmen here, and I am coming to you from my brand new house in a brand new city. And I feel like I've been gone forever, but had to actually get everything unpacked and settled so I had a room to come to you live from. And I just finished an amazing webinar with Warren Phillips, one of my dear friends and one of the biggest influencers, in my opinion, in the health and wellness space today. And I have to tell you, I've still got chill bumps and I'm still excited just from the conversation that I had with him. And one of the things that we talked about today, and we spent a little, a good amount of time on, was going live, doing live videos. And it is absolutely hands down one of the number one things, if not the number one thing, that health coaches need to be doing today in order to be successful. So why do you need to go live? Why do you have to find a way to get over your fear of doing video and going live and being seen on video and all that? Because here's why. In a world of being so connected, the world that we're so connected in with our cell phones and our computers and every little digital thing we're walking around with today, we have disconnected ourselves from the people in our lives and from the people who are looking to work with us. So here's something I want to throw out to you as a thought. If you're a person who is out working in your community and yet you're afraid to go out and knock on doors and introduce yourself to people because it makes you nervous, or you're fearful of meeting new people, or you're afraid of rejection, or you're afraid someone's going to say they're not interested, then you are absolutely cutting yourself off from one of the best ways to find new clients. Hi there. Hi, Emerald. Wasn't he awesome? I know, he was so inspiring. And that's why I'm on here right now, is because I have been trying to tell people how important it is to do video and to go live and to show up for people for so long now, that to hear him even say it, like, this is the place, just really pushed it home for me to want to come in here and say it one more time. And I'll probably do it over and over again as time goes on. But if you want to build a business, you've got to be seen. You have to show up. You have to show yourself. Whether you're out in the community, you've got to knock on doors. If you're wanting to build your business online, you've got to get over the fear of video. And a couple of the things, and I'm going to share a personal story in just a moment, but a couple of the things we talked about was, everyone thinks that they have to be so fancy and they've got to be glittery and they've got to be perfect, and they have to present themselves as if they have nothing wrong with them, or they've got to look a specific way. When the truth is if you've got to show up exactly as who you are. You've got to show up as the person that you are in your own life, in your own story, in your business, in your family. Show up as that person so that those people who are looking for a real person can find you. No one's looking for that person who is wearing, the perfect outfit, the perfect hair, and the perfect nails, sitting on the beach. They're looking for the people like you and like me, who have real challenges in their life, who have been through certain things and specific challenges and have found a way through them, so that you can share your experience with those people, and they know that they're getting that firsthand experience. They're getting that support. They know that you know where they're coming from. And just as an example, for me, and where I told a little bit about my fear, where I used to be afraid to speak to people. Hold on, I've been talking for almost 2 hours. And I thought, when I started looking into doing doing live videos, or even doing videos that I record, this is several years ago, and then loading into YouTube, I would do take after take after take. And if I saw a hair that was sticking out wrong, or maybe a wrinkle or something, or the light hit me wrong, I would start over and over. I can't even tell you. And I just as most recently had to stop and remind myself, stop. It doesn't have to be perfect. If the dog barks, or you cough, or you have to get a drink of water, it just shows that you're a real person. And when I finally just reminded myself of that, real people are looking for a real person, I just said, forget it, screw it. I'm just going to show up and deliver this information, this valuable stuff that I think people need to hear and need to know about. So as health coaches, here's what I want to tell you. If you continue to be fearful of knocking on doors, if you're working in the community, or you're fearful of doing lives and showing up, or redoing recordings and creating a YouTube channel, wherever it is that you choose to show this face, if you continue to be fearful of those things, here's what you can expect. You can expect not to grow your business. You can expect the other health coaches in your community that are doing this to get busier. You can expect people to stop following you. You can expect them to start opting out of your email list because they're not getting enough of you. And that's the last thing that you want, because that's not going to build your business. In fact, it's going to cause you then to feel more of the pain points that you're already feeling, which is frustrated, low confidence, fearful you'll never make it in this business, wondering if you should just quit. These are all things that are so important for you to really, really dial into for yourself. What are your biggest pain points? What are your pain points about your business right now? I can probably tell you a couple of them. One, you don't have the confidence. Two, you don't know enough. Someone's going to ask you a question you don't know the answer to. And all of these types of things are holding you back from showing up for people, which means that you're really not showing up for your own life. Because the first place you have to show up is in your own life. Because if you can get past the fear of rejection, of someone saying that they don't want to work with you, of someone showing up on your live and then pulling themselves off, and then you feeling rejected because that person left your live video. Listen, it happens all the time. I've gone from having 25 people listen to me on a live to 18 or 17. And if I had taken that personally and really let that make me feel like I wasn't delivering something or I was doing something wrong, then I would have lost my train of thought and my focus, and I wouldn't have been able to be present for what I was offering. We have to remember that we got to get in our space, be present in our lives. Don't worry about what's going on over here. If someone, drops out of your live, or someone tells you no when you walk in and you offer your services, you just keep pushing forward and looking for those people who do want to hear you, who do want to stick around, who do want you to work with them. We've got to stop being so fearful. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We never know what's going to happen or who we could meet if we didn't walk out that door and knock on the door, if we didn't get live and conquer our fears. We never know who's sitting here listening, who could be someone that is looking just exactly for you. And I use Kim as an example a lot because Kim is a person I give her kudos all the time because I'm watching her do it. I watched her overcome so much fear. I watched her overcome doubt, but I also see her show up for the live student calls that I hold for support. I see her reaching out. I also see her being vulnerable and asking for help and support. I see her lifting up other coaches. You guys, and Kim, I'm applauding you here because you're a shining example of somebody who is willing to see the blind spots. You're coachable. You don't get defensive or offended. You get out there and you do it. And that's what it really takes to start to see that success ball rolling. So it's not something that happens overnight. It is something that requires resilience and tenacity and grit and trust and honesty and all of those things. You have to believe in yourself to be able to make this happen. And I say honesty and transparency too, because this requires you to be in front of people with some of your maybe some of your deepest secrets or your biggest problems or your failures or whatever they may be. Because when you share those things, you're drawing people to you that want to work with you and know that you're the real deal, right? So if I asked my students today, if I were in my student group and I said to them, what is it about me that keeps you coming back to class? What is it about me that keeps you following me? It would more than likely be one of the things that I hear all the time is you're so real, you're honest, you show up, you're not trying to be somebody other than you are. I get so many messages all the time about that because in the world of health and wellness, where I come from as a mentor to health coaches, I am probably the least shiny object. I'm the least pulled together. I probably have the worst maybe delivery when it comes to grammar. I'm all over the board. I'm animated, I'm loud, and I'm everywhere. But I'm me and I am who I am, and I appeal to certain people. As health coaches, who you show up to be is going to draw the people that want to learn from you to you or work with you. So let me say it again. You got to get over it. This is my tough love message to you about fear of going live and presenting yourself on a video or going live in front of people. Your hair doesn't have to be perfect. God knows mine isn't. I wear a lot of hats. I say that all the time. I don't do my makeup professionally. I don't paint my nails. I wear a lot of jewelry because that's what I like. But I just like to show up and I like to give you guys what you need. Do the same thing for your people and stop worrying so much about looking perfect, speaking perfect. What if someone asks me a question I don't know? Well, what do you do if you don't know the answer? You say, I don't know the answer, but I will happily look into that and see what I can do to help you. I care enough to go look that up and come back to this page and comment below with that answer for you, right? There's a workaround around everything, but there is no work around everything if you don't get over the fear of getting this done and being seen. There's no way around it. I don't know if it's ever going to change. So if you're watching this video 5 years from now, maybe there's another way to connect with people besides live videos. But today, and for as long as I've been doing this, and as I can see in the future, and as Warren talked about today on the webinar, it is video, it is showing up, it is being real, it is being live, it is giving people a taste of who you truly are. So drop your fear. Here's your action step for today, because I'll tell you this much. When I finally learned the lesson that it didn't matter what I looked like, my business started growing like crazy. There were other components, of course, confidence, dialogue that I was going through in my mind. But the biggest lesson was of the fear was I wasn't growing. I wasn't getting the clients that I wanted. Things weren't selling. Nothing was converting. And that was a hard lesson to learn, because it was probably a couple of months of time where I just kept trying to make it perfect. When I said, screw it, here it is, I really became myself and I just started to deliver. Things started to really start to change for me and start to grow. So my call to action for you today is this. Go do a live video. I don't care where you do it. I don't care how long it is. It can be 60 seconds where you say, hey, I'm Jeanette. I just wanted to show up and tell you guys I'm starting a health coaching business, or I've started a health coaching business, and you can come back here in a month and see me again, or you can come back here in a week and see me again, because I'm gonna be delivering information that's gonna be valuable to you. Do one video today. I don't care where it is. And if you delete it, that's okay too, but just do it. Just get on and get over it. It's time, you guys, we gotta start connecting. So in the spirit of connection, let me look at the comments here and make sure there's nothing I need to speak to. Let's see here. Jeanette, I was the kid in high school that was told to go to Bochi's for vocational training. I don't know what that is. My throat is so dry, y'all. It made you angry. You had 2 medical professions, was an owner. Stop being afraid. The ultimate message in your post here is stop being afraid. Yeah, do things as if, fake it till you make it. Absolutely. Kim says, I'm taking it louder and bigger than ever before. Does adrenal fatigue actually exist? Oh my gosh, yeah. And remember to speak to this too. When you say that, also put in there, because a lot of people don't know what adrenal fatigue is. Kim, say, in other words, are you tired of being tired? Or something along those lines. So you speak to that lay person too, and not just that skilled person that knows what adrenals are. I'm gonna have to check that out. So tag me in your live so I can watch it as well. You might get some backlash, and that's okay. Absolutely. So I want everybody to just get over this. I want us all to be out there making an impact. Just as Lauren said, you're brilliant already. You already know enough, as I've been telling you for however long you've been with me. I preach it constantly. You already know enough about health. Get out there and learn how to be yourself. Learn how to overcome fear. Learn how to show up in your own life so you can show up in everybody else's. Okay? All right, you guys, have a great rest of the day, and thanks so much for joining. See you later.